After you create new company in Sage Business Cloud Accounting, you can enter company details. To access this function, go to Company, change Company Settings. Select Company Details. Under Company Details section, you can select Company Details. In this screen, you can enter company name, telephone number, fax number, mobile number, contact name, email address. Now, in this screen, you can enter your email address. There are two options. First one, use this email for communication. If you check on this checkbox and enter email address, when you send emails from the system, this email will display. Now, in Sage Business Cloud Accounting System, you can email your invoices, quotations, sales order from the system. Go to Customers, Transactions, Customer Tax Invoices, click Actions, and you can email. You can email your tax invoices to your customers. Now, when you are sending emails, if you check this first option, use this email for communication, system will send email mentioning that email address. Now, in this email, you can see this email address will display. If you check second option, use mail service at accountingsage1.co.za as from address, that email address will display. CC email address. You can enter email address here, and any user send an email from the system, all emails will copy to this email address. You can enter email address and check on active CC this email. Always CC this email address, then system will send a copy to that email address. Postal address. You can enter your company postal address, physical address or other company information. Here you can enter your physical address if you have, or you can enter other details. If you enter any details here, if you want print in your invoices or transaction, you can print. After enter company details, you can save. Additional company information. In addition to your company details, you can enter additional company information in this screen. You can enter statutory information, enter company tax number, registered name, registration number, tax office, and your company entity type. From company entity type, you can select closed corporation, company, partnership, sole proprietor, or trust. Under additional company information, you can enter your company city, province, and country. If you have tax practitioner, you can enter tax practitioner details, practitioner registration number, telephone number. You can enter SaaS company contact information, first name, last name, capacity, contact number. These details optional, so if you have these details you can enter. After you enter additional content information, you can save. Customer Zone. If you enable Customer Zone, your customers can view their invoices online without logging to the system. You can enable your Customer Zone by checking this Enable your accounting Customer Zone checkbox. There are two options. First one, invoices and codes only. If you select this option, your customers can view their invoices and quotations. Second option, invoices and account history. If you select this option, your customers can view their invoices, quotations, sales orders, credit notes, payments, and account statement. You can enter company name displayed on your Customer Zone. After that, you can save. You can email your account transaction from the system. With this email, system will send a link to log into your Customer Zone. By clicking this View Document, you can log into Customer Zone. Enter access code in the email. You can copy this access code and paste. Click Validate button. You can log into Customer Zone. Now we are discussing in customer's point of view. Customer will receive the email, and clicking the link, customer can log into their Customer Zone. Customer can download this email or invoice. Customer can print this invoice or send a message. In this Customer Zone, customer can view invoices, they can view invoice number, invoice date, invoice reference, invoice description, invoice total, amount due, and status of that invoice. They can view quotations, sales orders, credit notes, payments, and customer statement. Online payment gateways. Go to Company, select Online Payment Gateways. Add payment gateway below to allow your accounting to accept payments online. This will help you to get paid faster, and payments will be automatically reconciled next time you import your bank statement. You can click Add Payment Gateway button. select payment gateway type, enter your bank account. You can enter service key and you can click save. Net cash. Go to company details, select net cash. By setting this option, you can pay your suppliers online and give your customers multiple ways to pay you. You can select your bank account. You can enable net cash online payments for your customer payments. You can enable net cash online supplier payments for your supplier payments. You can set your net cash account. Click Save button. Financial years. Company. Change company settings. General settings. Select financial years. In this screen, you can create your financial years. By default, there may be financial years. If you want to change financial year start date and end date, by clicking that dates, you can change your financial years. You can add financial years by clicking this green color button. If you want to remove any financial year, by clicking this red color button, you can remove your financial years. You can check current financial year checkbox. If you check any financial year, that financial year will display as default year when you generate reports. For example, in this report, financial year from 1st April 2022 to 31st March 2023. In Sage Business Cloud Accounting, there's no any year-end processes. Only thing is you need to create new financial year for the new financial year. In addition to that, when you log in first time in next financial year, system will pop up a message, do you want to create a new financial year? By clicking yes button, you can create new financial year. Or you can go to company settings and you can create new financial year. In practical situation, when you are implementing system, there may be two scenarios. First one, you may implement the system for new company. If you are implementing the system for new company, you can straight away start from existing financial years. If you are implementing the system for old company, you may have customer opening balance and supplier opening balance. If you want to add opening transactions, you can create few financial years prior to existing year and you can enter that transactions. Lockdown date. By setting a lockdown date, you can block transaction enter prior to this period. Check on Set a Lockdown Date checkbox and enter date. If you set a lockdown date, users cannot edit or enter transactions prior to this period. If you set a lockdown date, this sign will display in transactions. Click Save button. Rounding. Company. Change company settings. General settings. Rounding. You can set accounting software to round customer document values. To do this, choose the type of rounding you wish to use and then specify the amount to round to. You can select round up, always round up, round down, always round down, normal rounding, round either up or down to the closest value as set. Or you can select no rounding. Do not round values at all. The value you are entering here is the number of cents. In this company, we have set 5 as round to nearest. When you enter transactions, now in this invoice, subtotal is 392 cents for. In settings, we have selected round up to nearest 5 cents. Therefore, system will display total as 392 cents 5. Total rounding is cents 1. After that, click Save. Regional settings. Company. Change company settings. General settings. Regional settings. In this screen, you can set your regional settings. You can set quantity decimal places, value decimal places, hours decimal places, currency symbol, and date format. In date format, there are 3 formats. First one, DD, MM, YYY. In this format, date will display first, next month, after that year. Second option, YYY, MM, DD. In this format, system will display year first, month second, and date last. Third option, DD, YYY. In this format, system will display month first, date next, and year last. In this company, we have set 2 decimal places for quantity. In transactions, you can see there are 2 decimal places. If you want to increase the decimal places, for an example, if you want to display 3 decimal places, you can change decimal places. When you enter currency symbol, please do not enter any spaces or special characters in currency symbol. After change settings, you can save. Customer and supplier settings. Company, change company settings, general settings, customer and supplier settings. From these settings, you can get warning messages from the system. And this will help you to minimize user errors. There are few options. First one, warn when duplicate customer reference number used on customer invoices. Now, I have entered PO003 as customer reference for this customer. If I enter same customer reference for another invoice, system will display warning message. I'll enter new customer invoice and enter same customer reference. Save. System will pop up warning message. The customer reference entered in this document has already been used for this customer. We want to continue. If same number you enter again, you can check whether this is correct or not, and you can correct the reference number. Next option, warn when duplicate supplier invoice number used on supplier invoices. I have entered SI001 for this supplier as supplier invoice number. I'll enter same supplier invoice number again for another supplier invoice. Save. System will pop up message. The supplier invoice number entered in this document has already been used for this supplier. Do you want to continue? Same supplier will not issue same invoice number again, so you can check supplier invoice and you can enter the correct supplier invoice number. Next option, display inactive customers for selection when processing. After some time, you want to inactive some customers. You can go to customers. You can uncheck this active checkbox. Then that customer will inactivate. This third option, display inactive customers for selection when processing. After you inactivate customers, if you want to block those customers for transactions, you can uncheck this checkbox. Then those customers will not display for transactions. First, you need to uncheck this active checkbox and you can process transaction. You can see that AA customer not displaying this drop down menu. Next, display inactive suppliers for selection when processing. Same way, you can inactivate suppliers, and if you want to block those suppliers for processing transaction, you can uncheck this option. Next option, display inactive customers for selection on reports. You can inactivate customers and you want to block that customers for transaction. However, you want to display those customers transaction in reports. If you want to display in reports, you can check this checkbox. You can see that customer will display for reports. Next option, display inactive suppliers for selection on reports. Same way, you can inactivate suppliers, and if you want to display those suppliers transactions on report, you can check this checkbox. Next option, use inclusive processing on customer supplier documents by default. If you are a tax registered company, you may charge taxes from customers. And when you enter transactions, if you want to display transaction amounts in inclusive values, you can check this checkbox. You'll enter transaction, go to customers, transaction, customer codes, add code, you can see item prices will display in inclusive prices. If you uncheck this checkbox, system will display inclusive prices. And also there's another checkbox, use inclusive amount. If you uncheck this checkbox, system will display exclusive prices. Next option, use account as default document line type selection. When you enter transactions, there are 4 types: item, account, time, bundle. If you uncheck this option, use account as default document line type, system will display item as default type. If you check this checkbox, system will display account as type. If you select item as type, you can select your inventory items. If you select account as type, you can select GL accounts. After change these settings, you can save. Item settings, company, change company settings, general settings, item settings. From item settings, you can get warning message and you can minimize your user errors. There are few options under item settings. First one, warn when item quantities fall below 0. If you check this option, system will pop up a message if you enter quantity as higher than the available quantity. Next option, do not allow item quantities fall below 0. If you enter quantity higher than available quantity, system will not allow you to process the transaction. In first option, system will pop up a warning message. However, system will allow you to process the transaction. And if you check second option, do not allow item quantities fall below 0, system will not allow you to process the transaction. Furthermore, you cannot select both checkboxes. You have to select only one option. We will select item. This rubber, we have 98 quantities on hand, and we will enter 100 as quantity. System will pop up a message. Processing this quantity will cause the quantity on hand for this item to fall below 0. You are not allowed to process below quantity on hand. Now here we have select second option, do not allow. Therefore, system will not allow you to process the transaction. And you can see we have entered 100 quantity. Now it has changed to 1. Next, when item cost is 0. When you enter supplier invoices, if you haven't entered supplier invoice that item cost, system will pop up a warning message. Next option, when item selling prices below cost. Now we will enter lesser amount. Then system will pop up a message. The selling price of this item is below the cost price. Next option, display inactive items for selection on document line. For items also, you can active or inactivate, and if you want to block those inactivated items when processing transaction, you can uncheck this checkbox. Next option, display inactive items for selection on reports. If you check this option, system will display inactivated items on reports. Next option, sales orders reserve item quantities. You can enter sales orders in the system, and if you check this checkbox, system will reserve those sales orders quantities, and you can get a report how many items you have reserved. If you reserve those quantities, you cannot sell for another customer. Last option, display inactive item bundles for selection on document line. You can create bundle items in the system, and if you want to block those items display on transactions, you can uncheck this option. Next, price list. If you are selling same items for different prices for different customers, you can create price list in the system. By clicking this green color button, you can add price list. You can rename this price list name. After that, you can link this price list to your customers. Go to customers, add a customer. Under default settings, you can set default price list. If you link a price list to customer, when you process transactions such as customer quotation, sales order or invoice, system will automatically get the prices from the price list. After you change the settings, you can save. Time tracking settings. Company, change company settings, general settings, time tracking settings. Time tracking is an add-on module. You can enter your employees' working hours. Customers, time tracking. In time tracking, you can create projects, tasks, users. After that, you can enter your time sheets. From these settings, you can display inactive projects for selection on document lines. If you want to display, you can check this checkbox, and if you don't want to display, you can uncheck this tick box. You can active or inactivate projects from here. Timesheet lockdown date. If you want to block any timesheet entry, you can set a lockdown date and enter lockdown date here. After that, you can save. Outstanding balances. Company, change company settings, general settings, outstanding balances. Outstanding balances. Aging refers to the number of days that a customer or supplier balance is outstanding. Use the monthly aging option if you want to display unpaid invoices outstanding by calendar month. The current value will represent all unpaid invoices raised in the current month. The 30 days value will represent all unpaid invoices raised in the previous month, and so on. There's a monthly checkbox. If you deselect this option, system will calculate actual number of days. If you check this option, system will calculate based on calendar month. You can generate customer outstanding balances from customers, reports, customer balances days outstanding. Now in this company, we have deselected monthly checkbox. We generate this report 19th December 2022. This third invoice date is 30th November 2022. Now this invoice under current outstanding. You'll check this checkbox. Then you can see now this invoice under 30 days. Because this invoice in November, we are generating the report for December. So system will calculate aging based on calendar month. Next, you can run the aging based on invoice date or due date. If you select invoice date, system will calculate outstanding from the invoice date. If you select due date, system will calculate outstanding based on the due date. First we select invoice date. In this invoice, first invoice, invoice date is 31st August 2022. Based on aging based on invoice date, it will display under 90 days. We'll open this invoice. By clicking that invoice, you can open the invoice. Now you can see invoice date is 31st August 2022. Due date is 30th November 2022. You can select due date. Now you can see that invoice outstanding is under current period. Invoice date is 31st August 2022. Due date is 30th November 2022. Now if you run the report based on due date, it will display under current period. Based on your requirement, you can change the settings for monthly and invoice date. After that, you can save. Personal information, company, change company settings, general settings, personal information. From retention period, you can choose how many years you would like to retain personal information. You can enter reason and save. This is only for due to Data Protection Act. And later, if you want to increase the retention period, you can increase. VAT settings, company, change company settings, VAT settings, select VAT settings. From this VAT settings, you can select your VAT system. If you are a tax registered company, you can select invoice based or payment based. If you are not a VAT registered company, you can select no VAT. Invoice based is accrual basis and payment based is cash basis. Under VAT details, you can enter your company VAT number, last VAT period end date, last VAT submission date, VAT reporting frequency. You can enter by months. If you want to offset credit on sales and purchases, you can check this option. From here, you can create your VAT rates. System has default rates, and if you want to create new rates, by clicking this plus mark, you can add rates. Enter VAT name, enter VAT percentage. If this is the default tax rate, you can check this default tax rate. If you want to remove any tax rate, by clicking this red color button, you can delete. Click Save button. Statement messages. Company, change company settings, document and statements, statement messages. When you print statements, each statement shows the customer's outstanding balances. You can also include a message on the statement depending on the customer's overdue status. You can enter messages for current outstanding, 30 days outstanding, 6 days outstanding, 90 days outstanding, and 120 plus days outstanding. We will generate customer statement. Go to Customers, Reports, Customer Statement. You can select these options. View Report. In this customer, oldest outstanding is 120 plus days. Therefore, system will display please pay as soon as possible. We have mentioned in statement messages for 120 plus days, please pay ASAP. Therefore, that message will display in customer statement. We will check another customer. In this customer, oldest outstanding is 60 days. Therefore, system will display 2 months overdue based on our statement messages. This customer, oldest outstanding is 30 days. We have mentioned 1 month overdue in statement messages. Therefore, in the statement, system will display 1 month overdue. Like that, you can enter statement messages, and based on customer's outstanding, system will display the statement message. After that, you can save. Document numbers. Company, change company settings, documents and statements, document numbers. You can set your document numbering using this section. This function allows you to set your own numbering structure. After setting your new numbering structures, the system will automatically increment the next document numbers when they are processed. If you are processing documents in a multi-user environment, the system will automatically allocate a number to the document when the document is saved. This will eliminate duplicate document numbers caused by various users processing transaction at the same time. When you process document in a multi-user environment, the number will display as number until the document is saved and a number is allocated by the system. In this company, there are 2 users, that is multi-user environment. When you go to transaction, system will display document number as number. After the document is saved, a number is allocated by the system. If you have worked in a single user environment, the system will also allocate the next document number, but it will display the number immediately because there's only one user processing transaction. In this company, only one user, that is single user environment. When you go to transactions, you can see the actual document number. You can set document numbers for quotation, sales order, customer invoice, credit note, customer receipt, customer write-off, customer recurring invoice, customer adjustment, supplier purchase order, supplier invoice, supplier return, supplier payment, and supplier adjustment. System will display document type, current document number, and new document number. Current document number is last entered transaction number. New document number is the number allocated to next transaction. Furthermore, you need to decide suitable numbering structure for transactions. Transaction number should be simple and easy to understand. If you want to identify the transaction from the document number, it is better to have document type before the transaction number digits. For an example, you can set invoice numbers mentioning INV prior to the numbers. When deciding number of digits of a transaction, you can analyze your previous year's number of transaction of a transaction particular type. If you have invoices more than 100,000 transactions per year, it's better to use 7 digits for invoice numbers. You can enter up to 9,999,999 transactions. If you have only 200 transactions per year, 4 digits number enough for the invoice number. Then you can enter up to 9,999 transactions. Document descriptions. Company, change company settings, documents and statements, document description. You can set up a name to specify what will print on each document. The original name prints the first time you print the document. The copy name will be used if you reprint the document. In some countries, it's a legal requirement to print the word copy on duplicate documents. You can view document type. You can enter original name. You can type copy name. After that, you can save. Now in credit notes, document type is credit note, original name is credit note, copy name is copy credit note. You will enter credit note, go to customers, transactions, customer credit notes, add credit note, select customer, print. Now you can see original name is credit note. We will print same credit note again. You can see now copy mentioned in the credit note. Customer document messages. Company, change company settings, documents and statements, customer document messages. You can enter default message that prints on each type of document. This message can be changed while processing. You can enter customer document messages for quotations, sales orders, customer invoice, credit note, receipt, and write-off. You can type document messages here. After that, save. Go to customer invoice, customers, transactions, customer tax invoices. Click add a tax invoice. Here you can see default message display here. From here also transaction level you can set default message. Furthermore, you can set document messages by clicking add message. You can add message, you can enter the description and message. After that, save. From here you can select your message. When you print the document, you can view the document message. Supplier document messages. Company, change company settings, documents and statements, supplier document messages. You can enter a default message that prints on each type of document. This message can be changed while processing. You can enter supplier document messages for purchase order, supplier invoice, supplier return, and payments. Type your document messages here and save. After that, you can go to transactions. Go to suppliers, transaction, supplier purchase orders, add purchase order. Here you can see the default message. If you want, you can change default message. Furthermore, you can set default messages here, and you can add few messages. You can create library messages by clicking this icon. You can add messages. Enter the description, enter message, after that you can select. This message will display in the document. Invoice and statement layouts. Company, change company settings, documents and statements, invoice and statement layouts. You can download accounting custom layout designer and you can design your documents. You can design quotations, sales orders, tax invoice, credit note, customer statement, delivery note, purchase order, supplier invoice, supplier return and supplier statements. System also has default layouts. You can select default layout from here, or you can download custom layout designer and you can design. By clicking here, you can download accounting custom layout designer. Click resources, click add-on modules. By clicking download, you can download accounting custom layout designer for Windows. After you download the custom layout designer, you can log in using admin email address. After that, you can design your layout. You can set a default layout, or you can add layout in customer level also. Go to customers, add a customer. Select report layouts tab. From here also you can select the layout for individual customers. Company logo. Company, change company settings, branding, company logo. From this screen, you can attach your company logo to the system. Click choose file and browse for image. You can attach logo in JPG format, TIFF format, GIF format, PNG format and BMP formats. You can select the position of logo on invoices and statement by clicking this drop-down menu. If you select none, your logo will not display in documents. If you select top left, system will display logo on left side. If you select top right, system will display logo on right side. By clicking preview button, you can view. There are two checkboxes. First one, logo on invoice and statement emails. If you want to display your company logo on invoices and statement emails, you can check this checkbox. Second checkbox, logo on customer zone. If you want to display your logo on customer zone, you can check this checkbox. You can view the current saved logo. After that, click Save. After you attach the company logo, you can view in customer documents. Customer user-defined fields. Company, change company settings, user-defined fields, customer. When you create customers, you can enter customer details such as addresses and contact details. However, if you want to add more details, you can use these user-defined fields. There are 4 types of user-defined fields. Text values. You can enter an alphanumeric description up to 50 characters. Numeric values. You can enter numbers. Yes/no values. This is a checkbox which you can check or uncheck. Date values. You can enter dates. You can add 12 additional fields for each customer. 3 text values, 3 numeric values, 3 yes/no values and 3 date values. For an example, if you want to add customer birthday to the system, you can change this date values label name to birthday. When you enter customer information under user-defined fields, you can see that label name has changed to birthday. After that, you can select the birthday. Like that, you can change these label names from here. After change details, you can save. Supplier user-defined fields. Company, change company settings, user-defined fields, supplier. When you create supplier, you can enter supplier details such as addresses and contact details. If you want to add more information about your supplier, you can use this supplier user-defined fields. There are 4 types of fields. Text values. You can enter an alphanumeric description up to 50 characters. Numeric values. You can enter numbers. Yes/no values. This is a checkbox which you can check or uncheck. Date values. You can enter dates. you can add 12 additional fields for each supplier. 3 text values, 3 numeric values, 3 yes/no values, and 3 date values. For an example, if you want to add supplier business registration number to the system, you can change its label name to business registration number. After that, when you create supplier, under user-defined fields name, you can view business registration number. Like that, you can change user-defined fields label names from here. After change label names, you can save. Item user-defined fields. Company, change company settings, user-defined fields, item. When you create an item, you can enter item details. Furthermore, if you want to add more information about your item, you can use this item user-defined fields. There are 4 types of fields. Text values. You can enter an alphanumeric description up to 50 characters. Numeric values. You can enter numbers. Yes/no values. This is a checkbox which you can check or uncheck. Date values. You can enter dates. You can add 12 additional fields for each item. 3 text values, 3 numeric values, 3 yes/no values, and 3 date values. For an example, if you want to add item weight to the system, you can create weight additional field using number field. After that, you can create an item. Go to user-defined fields. Here you can see label name has changed to weight. After change label names, you can save. Asset user-defined fields. Company, change company settings, user-defined fields, asset. When you create an asset, you can enter asset information. Furthermore, if you want to add more information about your asset, you can use asset user-defined fields. There are 4 types of fields. Text values. You can enter an alphanumeric description up to 50 characters. Numeric values. You can enter numbers. Yes/no values. This is a checkbox which you can check or uncheck. Date values. You can enter dates. You can add 12 additional fields for each asset. 3 text values, 3 numeric values, 3 yes/no values, and 3 date values. For an example, if you want to add asset color to the system, you can create color additional field using text field. After that, when you create the asset, under user-defined fields, you can see the text value user-defined field has changed to color. Like that, you can change these label names from here. After change your label names, you can save. Document user-defined fields. Company, change company settings, user-defined fields, documents and transactions. When you enter transaction, you can enter information of transaction. Furthermore, if you want to add more information about your transaction, you can use this user-defined fields. You can add additional fields for customer quotation, customer sales orders, customer tax invoice, customer credit note, banking transactions, journals, supplier purchase orders, supplier invoices and supplier returns. There are two types of fields: text values. You can enter an alphanumeric description up to 50 characters. Date values, you can enter date. For an example, if you want to add follow-up date to customer quotations, you can add follow-up date by using date user-defined field. After that, when you enter customer quotation, go to option, show user-defined fields. You can see date user fields 1 has changed to follow-up date. You can select the follow-up date and save. Like that, you can change these user-defined field label names from here. After that, click Save. Email signatures. Company, change company settings, email signatures, email signatures. The email signatures tab allows you to create different email signatures for documents that you will email from the system. You can create email signatures for quotations, tax invoice, credit note, recurring invoice, customer statement run, and sales order. There are default email signatures. By clicking Preview button, you can view the email signatures of the relevant document. Click on Add Signature button to create a new email signature. Enter name for the email signature. Select the type. If you want to set the new email signature as default signature, check on Default checkbox. You can use placeholder for designing subject and the body. After that, save the email signature. Multi-currency. Company. Change company settings. Multi-currency. Multi-currency. Multi-currency is an add-on module which allows companies to price any goods or services in foreign currencies. After you activate multi-currency module, you can create foreign customers, foreign suppliers, foreign currency bank accounts. Furthermore, you can generate foreign customer and foreign supplier outstanding reports in local currency and foreign currency. Multi-currency module automatically update the exchange rate. If you want, you can change exchange rate by manually. To enable multi-currency module, click Administration, My Profile, click Upgrade button, from Choose Module options, enter 1 under multi-currency. After that, click Next button. Click Finish. After enable the multi-currency module, activate the multi-currency module. Check on Enable Multi-Currency checkbox. Select your home currency from drop-down menu. Click Save. Once you have activated multi-currency and selected your home currency, you can then create or set up other currencies. Click on Add Currency button to create a new currency. Select the currency that you wish to add and click on the Add button. Click on the Save button to save your changes. Important note is, you cannot change your home currency after you have processed transaction in foreign currencies. Editing a currency. You are able to change the exchange rate for a currency by clicking on the edit link next to the currency. If you want to add your own customized exchange rate, select the new custom exchange rate. Enter the dates you want to accounting to use for the customized exchange rate and enter the new exchange rate. Click on the update button. After you enable the multi-currency module, system will create 3 new accounts to handle the effects of multi-currency. Forex gain and losses banks, Forex realized gain and losses, Forex unrealized gain and losses. Forex gains and losses banks. The Forex gains and losses bank's system account is used to account for the change in home value of any foreign bank accounts due to exchange rate changes. Forex realized gain and losses. This system account is used to account for the difference between the value of your customer and supplier documents at the date they were issued and the value of the money received when these documents are settled. Forex unrealized gain and losses. This system account is very similar to the Forex realized gain and losses, with the only difference being that an allocation has not been made. In other words, money has not yet been received.